Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and yesterday we got a brand new trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, and of course it released while I was at work, so I have already seen this, so I'm not going to pretend like, oh, I've never seen this before, let's check it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch it together and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
See, why does he think that would work? Because Deadpool knows about that adamantium. Why would he think that the bullet to the head would work?
Everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
So they are from separate worlds.
Entire world.
That's not like the Wolverine from his world, because remember, his world does have an X-Men, obviously. So.
Or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
The glove looks good.
Boys are so silly.
Of course, Cassandra Nova. Oh, and there's Elias.
Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Of course, giant Ant-Man skull and a Doctor Strange portal. Yep.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White
Yeah,
girl
I get the
truck?
feeling.
Force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes, but I can't.
Yeah. Okay, I get the feeling that the entire Deadpool family there is only going to be seen at the very beginning of the movie. He gets taken by the TVA, and then they're pretty much gone, like, after that. And I do not think that this movie ends with Deadpool going back to his universe and everything being fine. Like, that, you know, like, that's his goal in the movie, but I think this is definitely going to be, like, the darkest chapter for Deadpool, because he doesn't get to go home, you know? Now, does that mean that, you know, all of his crew is dead and they're, like, just erased from existence? Maybe. Or maybe they all also get to live in the MCU now. That's also possible. But either way, I think this definitely does not end with him being able to, like, safely just go back. Like, no, you're in the MCU now. You're in a different universe. So I don't know what happens to your universe, but I don't think it's gonna be okay. And of course, another big mystery: why does Deadpool betray the TVA? Or does the TVA have, like, are they lying to him in some way? Are they under the control of Cassandra Nova, maybe? Don't really know. And of course, here's Elias. Oh, and it actually looks like Elias is eating the ant. So this must be near the end of the movie, because we see shots, especially when they jump through the portal, which we'll go to that shot in a second. But we see shots of Elias coming towards the Ant-Man base, I guess, of Cassandra Nova. You know, which it's a really cool idea, just to have, like, Giant Man's, like, corpse just be, like, the base of something, because it makes sense. But yeah, it looks like this must be near the end where Elias finally, like, eats all that, because remember, Elias' job is really just to, like, eat matter at the end of time, and it's supposed to be, like, erasing things permanently. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we got some, like, Mad Max looking stuff. We still don't know who this hooded guy is. I'm sure she has many like kind of nameless hooded things. It does look like she's constructed some sort of Cerebro type thing inside of the skull of Giant Man. You know, like these panels remind me of Xavier's Cerebro. Very interesting. Now, the other thing, of course, is that okay, so they're establishing that this is not the Wolverine from Deadpool's universe. Obviously, Deadpool lives in a X-Men timeline. It's always been unclear because he kind of makes jokes about both the original timeline and the rebooted First Class timeline, who, you know, those two timelines are like they're separate, but also they're not separate. They tried to connect them, but also there's like major inconsistencies which don't let them line up properly. So how do you explain that? I don't really know. But either way, Deadpool's always kind of been outside of that in a very strange way. You know, so it's never been entirely clear what's happening. I mean, in Deadpool 2, we saw the X-Men from X-Men Apocalypse, but as a lot of people point out, that movie took place in the 80s. Deadpool 2 takes place during modern times, you know, so even that cameo doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know, so I don't know. The X-Men universe has never made much sense timeline wise. And then of course on top of that you have stuff like Logan, which may or may not take place in its own universe, and now we have this Wolverine, which they're just establishing straight up. This is not necessarily any version of Wolverine that we know. It's just a version, you know, and that's fine. You know, there's variants, there's like infinite variants of all characters. So here we have this shot here. Alioth is in the background. It's heading towards the, you know, the Giant Man base here, which we saw in the shot earlier of Alioth actually reaching it and I assume consuming the Giant Man base, deleting it forever. So, you know, of course, big question, who is sending this portal? Who's saving them? Who knows? Oh. But, yeah, a lot of people point out that I think you can even see Cassandra Nova. Yeah, you see Cassandra Nova right here. Like, she's just chilling out right here on the side while they're both jumping through the portal. Unclear what's happening or why it's happening. I don't know. But yeah, I guess we can assume this is possibly the final shot of the movie. As they finally get to the 616, you know, I'm sure it's gonna be like at the end of Captain America where they show up and they start looking around. They're like, whoa, what universe is this? And it's gonna be like the Avengers are there or something. So yeah, they're showing us a lot of stuff, possibly like near the end of the movie in this trailer. I have heard reports that a lot of this movie takes place like just in the void. Like that's where big chunks of this movie take place. So I think we're actually seeing a lot of it here. Anything outside of the void might be like very small moments. But in any case, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think this is gonna be definitely like one of the big blockbusters this year. Like, I don't think there's any question of that. And this trailer definitely just hyped people up even more. Of course, everyone wants to know like what other cameos could we possibly see, and I'm sure there will be plenty of those. You know, and just this feels like both the ending, like last hurrah of the Fox universe, you know, finally getting to say like goodbye to Fox stuff, you know, which as maligned as it could get, you know, its reputation like kind of went up and down over the years. I think we do have to give all the Fox movies credit for what they did for superhero movies, right? Like in the early days, it was Fox. You had Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, and like a couple of others that were like kind of holding the superhero thing together, you know. So I definitely think like this deserved like a big like, all right, let's do a bunch of cameos of characters you remember from like First Class or X-Men 3 or X-Men 2, and you know, just kind of say goodbye to all that stuff because Alioth is coming to, you know, eat it all. Cassandra Nova as a villain in this movie, that's an interesting choice because it's like the one thing that we've never seen this before. We've never met this character in live action before, so it definitely is like a kind of a surprise, you know. I guess it's not like Deadpool or Wolverine are gonna like see Cassandra and they'll be like, oh, it's you, you know, and the audience isn't gonna like see this character and be like, it's that person, you know. It's just a new character. So I don't know. I think that's the one element that I'm still kind of questioning, of like, everything else about this makes sense. How does Cassandra Nova fit into this puzzle of like cameos and saying goodbye to the Fox universe? Like, why Cassandra Nova? Of all the villains that you have, why introduce a new one that we've never met? I don't know. Very interesting choice. But I don't know. Anyways, I'm excited. Gonna be cool. It's gonna be an awesome movie. I think, like, there's no real doubts about that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Bye.